So the next thing we need to do is we need to now put in section breaks. Section breaks allow you to create different formatting on different pages. To do that, you first of all have to ensure that you're on the page in which you'd like to create the section break. So I'm going to first of all create a section break on the very first page. I click somewhere on the page, particularly if it's closer to the end of the page, that is the best. I make sure I'm on the Page Layout tab, and then I go up to the word breaks. What's the difference between a next page, a continuous, an even, or an odd? Well, I'm going to just describe the two that we use most often in the documents for reports. Next page inserts a section break and starts the new section on the next page. What you need to know about sections is the section break refers to the content before it, not after. So when you put in a section break, the content before that section break will be different than the content after. That's a really important thing to know. Continuous section breaks you've probably already practiced. That is when you want to create a different format on the same page. Again, the format before the section break will be different than the format after. Because we want to include different page numbers on the next 4 pages, we have to put some section breaks in. So let's do that. With the cursor on the first page to begin with, I go up to the word Page Layout, I go over to the word Breaks, and I select Next Page Break. I click once, and it puts a page break in. Well, how do you know it put a page break in? One way to find out fairly quickly is go to the Home tab, and then click on Show Paragraph. When you want to show your paragraph marks, you can see that the section break that I wanted to put in appears right there. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to put a section break on the next page. That will be the page on which I put the table of contents. So I'm going to click after the page break. I'm going to go back over to the word Page Layout on the menu bar. I'm going to select Breaks and Next Page once again. Uh-oh, there appears to be another page. This may have happened to you. Do not worry, we'll deal with that in just a minute. The next thing we want to do is we want to put a page break on this page here, because we want this first page to be different from the following page, both in its margins as well as in its header. So I click at the very end, after the period, after the word sections, I go up to the word breaks, and I go down to the words next page again. It puts in another page break. So I have a page break there. I appear to have a page break here, but it's also put in a new page, which I don't want. Let's find out now how to get rid of pages that you don't want when you put next page breaks in. If this did not happen to you, skip ahead and see what happens next. Okay, so if you find that you have extra pages because you put in next page breaks, what you need to do is, while you're still in this Home tab, while you still have the paragraph mark still showing, you want to click between page break and section break, and you want to press the backspace on your keyboard. When you do that, it takes out that page break and just keeps the section break there. As long as you still have a page, you're fine. You want to do the same thing for this extra page that was created. You just click at the very end of page break, you click on the word backspace, and you take out what is needed. Now the other thing you'll notice is I've got some extra paragraph spaces in here which I don't need, because remember, every time you change a paragraph space here, you change another one in another section. So I take out the extra paragraph spaces. I'll continue to do that until I have the pages as I want them to be. So far, so good. So what we've reviewed is how to put in page breaks. What you need to now look at is, if you want to see if you've put the page breaks in correctly, double click in the header and say to yourself, you should have 4 sections. Section 1 for the title page, Section 2 for the table of contents page, Section 3 for the very first page of content, and Section 4.